What is up, everybody? Today we've got 10 bosses who show through text how much they really don't care about their employees. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Hi, this is so-and-so. I'm just letting you know my son is still on life support, so until he is out of the bed, I will not be able to make it to work. I can let you know as he starts to get better, so that way I can return to work with no problems. This isn't how we do things, so I'll accept that you're quitting. Okay, so how do we do things when my child is on life support? I never said I was quitting, so I'll take it that you're firing me? If you can't come to work, that's you quitting. No, that's not. I'm letting you know I can't come to work due to my child's life on the line. I'm letting you know ahead of time. How heartless do you have to be as a human being, let alone a leader, to not care that your employee's child is currently on life support and that it's clearly more important for them to be tending to their child than worrying about coming to work, let alone whether or not they'll still have a job after everything is said and done. I'm sorry, I need to take tomorrow off. My father-in-law died this evening. Have to dedicate tomorrow to funeral preparations. Good morning. Just reaching out to confirm that you guys are aware of my absence today. Thanks. Yes, I'm aware. Okay, thank you. How hard is it to say, I'm so sorry for your loss, take all the time you need because your family is more important than this job? That's all they had to say. But they ignored the first text message, and then all they could say to confirm was, yes, I'm aware. As in, yes, I don't care. I am really sorry. I just got out of the hospital. I had an allergic reaction to my second shot and got really sick. Are you coming in? I will be in Monday. I apologize, I have some medical tests to go do. I can provide doctor's notes as well if you need those. What I needed was notice you were going to be out. 2 no-call no-shows in a row is considered job abandonment. Your PTO was not approved. It needs to be approved first, which it was not. If you're sick and can't get back to us, someone you know needs to. Look, I can absolutely understand being at first frustrated if the boss reached out to the employee asking where they were and why they weren't at work, but to find out that they had been in the hospital dealing with far more important things should have clicked in their mind that, oh, clearly they were dealing with a lot and that's why they didn't get back to me, and I should absolutely have their back and make sure that they're able to use their sick time or PTO while they are in the hospital fighting an allergic reaction. I ate bad lunch meat the other day that gave me food poisoning since and can't come in for my shift today. I was hoping it'd clear up before I come in, but it's not changed. Sorry for the short notice. You need a doctor's note, or you're terminated. I'm not dealing with the nonsense anymore. This is my first time calling out for a shift at all, let alone on short notice, in more than 6 months. I show up on time every time. If you are going to fire me for calling out for one shift, then so be it. The calling out constantly nonsense is not my nonsense. I am punctual and show up every time. Other people calling out doesn't reflect on my own performance. Everybody is responsible for their shift, and if it's not an emergency, it's nonsense. Bottom line. If you're too sick to come in, you need to be seen by a doctor and have a doctor's note. If you're firing a manager for calling out once meanwhile cashiers don't show up or call out regularly, then that's your prerogative. What do you need a doctor's note to prove someone has food poisoning and they just can't stop barfing all day? That would be a horrible experience trying to get to the hospital if you are that sick that you're just constantly in and out of the bathroom, and all they're going to do is look at you and say, yeah, it's food poisoning. It'll go away eventually. If it doesn't go away in X time, let us know, but chances are you'll be fine in a few days. Why on earth do you need a doctor's note to prove that? And as a boss, why on earth are you taking it out on this employee who clearly has been punctual and gave you perfectly fine notice that they weren't able to come in because they were too sick? None of that makes any sense. Good evening, OP. I was reviewing the cameras from our shift today and noticed that you were sitting on a stool for the majority of your shift. This is completely unacceptable behavior and we will be discussing it tomorrow before shift. I cleared it with lead. I have 2 broken bones in my left foot, doctor documented. Aside from that, I packed 240 plus UPH for the entirety of my shift, 12 full hours. I'm not sure if you're aware, but we do have a ranked list for packing displayed directly above our stations. My efforts earned me first place today. So just to be clear, my impressive performance was overshadowed by the fact that I wasn't uncomfortable enough while doing it. I'm not really appreciating your attitude. You could have just said the first part where it was cleared with another lead instead of being disrespectful. This type of behavior isn't going to get you anywhere here. Hey, thanks for wasting my precious off time with some garbage you didn't bother to investigate beforehand. Seriously, 240 plus UPH. What you claim to be the pinnacle of performance there. I achieved it, and I get grief because I was sitting while doing it. You guys need to get your priorities straight. It is no wonder that you have such difficulties retaining staff. I'm not concerned with going anywhere there. It's a toxic environment with ignorant people at the helm. I won't be in tomorrow or ever again. We don't need to rush to you leaving. Let's talk in the morning and we can sort this out. No thanks. Have a good life. What is that sort of long time standard or stigma against people sitting while doing their job? I don't know what it is about certain retail, or I think this took place in a restaurant. Like, there are definitely jobs that the consumer would walk into and expect the person to be sitting at a desk while helping them. So why is it okay in some places and not okay in others? Like, cashiers are great examples of this. I 100% believe that cashiers should be allowed to sit down if they want to. It doesn't make any sense for them to be stood on their feet for most of an 8-hour shift, aside from having a 10-minute break here and there and a lunch break. That's horrible for you, and there's no reason for it. And that's besides the fact that this boss very quickly jumped to assuming the worst while looking at the cameras and didn't even ask one of the other shift leaders why this employee was sitting down. Did you talk to the site supervisor regarding the wireless for the install? Since it's no longer the weekend, I can answer this. Yes, I did. He was perfectly on board with it. Thanks for being a team player. I'm no less a team player because I choose to not answer work texts on my weekends with my family. Boundaries are important. I hope my boundaries can be observed in the future. Good to know. Now we know where you stand. Have a good day. Yeah, I stand with the employee who wants boundaries, because if there's something that doesn't even need to be answered during someone's off time, then why do they need to answer it in their off time? Why is it that pressing? And I can guarantee that if the law stated that you had to pay your employees to answer your work calls or work texts, you would find a more efficient way to make sure you got your answers before people are on their off time. Respect people's boundaries and let them have their time off with their family. It's important, because you know what? We work to live. We don't live to work. If you have a problem with me or my restaurant, then it's best you tell me now, so we don't waste any more of each other's times. I don't have a problem with you or your restaurant. Do have a problem with serving expired food, which is obviously against Taco Bell as well as health department policy. What if we had a random inspection as the food was getting re-tagged? People can get sick from that. I've gotten sick numerous times after eating at Taco Bell, and I've always wondered why. There's a reason why we have hold times. What's the point of having a food card if we aren't going to follow the rules? How many tags have you changed? I have changed none, because you aren't supposed to do that. I've only retagged stuff that didn't have a tag to begin with. It should be thrown away if it expires. That's why we should only prep what's needed and not do it early if it's going to expire. I need you to turn in your keys no later than Monday, 10 a.m. Thank you. Note to self, don't eat at Taco Bell. Also, how hard is it to just do things the right way? Like, clearly, the restaurant is making too much food if that much of it is expiring to the point that the manager is worried about throwing away too much food, because I get profit and loss. You know, it's important. But that's why you follow procedures and make sure you're not making too much food so that you're not throwing away too much. Obviously, you're going to throw away a little. Isn't the longevity of the business more important than saving a few dollars here and there and making sure people don't get sick? And then expecting your employees to break the law alongside you. And I guarantee you're not going to have their back if something bad did happen. Hope you enjoyed your time off, but we need you back here for a trip tomorrow. Departs at noon. My time off goes through tomorrow, so I won't be there. You need to start looking for another job. What's that saying? Bad planning on your part doesn't make an emergency on my part? Something like that. You know what I mean. If someone has approved paid time off, you cannot force them to come back. I suppose you could ask them, but it's still their choice. And to fire someone over something like that clearly shows that you do not care or value your employees and respect their ability to take time off as needed so that they can be refreshed when they come back to work. 12:03 a.m. Hey, I just sent you an email with the changes. I need them ASAP. No worries, I'll get to it first thing in the morning. Night? No, I need them now. I gotta send it off ASAP. It's midnight. I'm already in bed. Why are you only sending me this now? It's been a crazy day and I only got to reviewing it last hour or so. Come on, man. No offense, but that's not my problem. I've already shut down for the night and I've gone to bed. This is extremely unreasonable. What if I was already asleep? What were you going to do? Okay, whatever. Call me in the morning. Seriously though, what was their backup plan if the employee had already gone to sleep for the night? Why are you messaging someone at midnight asking them to do work things because you made an oopsie? Guess what? You get to take the L for that one. Hey, Becky canceled on Saturday. I'll need you to come in and cover for her. That's not my problem. Saturday is my day off and I've been working 8 days straight and really need it. I'm sorry, we're short staffed. I need you. I'm not coming in, so you have to. I'll see you Saturday. No, you won't. I'm not coming in. You can't make me. You sure you want to do this? You really want to put your health insurance on the line? What are you going to do? Fire me? I know you were short staffed after Hunter and Paige quit last week, and you were already short bartenders. I don't accept that type of attitude. Last chance. I'll see you Saturday or I won't see you again. Did you really just threaten me with health insurance? Whatever, I'm done with this. You can consider this my notice. I've had enough of your bullshit. And you wonder why you're so freaking short-staffed when you treat your employees like this. I feel like bosses like this really need to learn that their approach is everything, right? You could ask people if they're able to come in on their day off, because how do you know they haven't already made plans? Their life does not revolve around work. And as I said earlier, we work to live. We don't live to work. If someone's worked 8 days straight and they're scheduled to have a day off, let them take their day off. You really want a bunch of miserable people working for you? I understand being short-staffed. It sucks. But treating people like this clearly is a reflection as to why you're so short-staffed to begin with. And then threatening people with their health insurance when they don't want to comply with your demands because you can't even be bothered to ask nicely. Sounds like you put yourself in this situation. Let me know in the comments if you have a toxic boss story like one of these, and I'll see you on the next one.